It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
I'm Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. This NBA season rocking right along, and we're loving every minute of it. Tonight's game at Quicken Loans Arena, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the San Antonio Spurs. Well, for San Antonio, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. Last season, the Cavs did not have the best record in the Eastern Conference. The Hawks did, but Cleveland did come out of the East and go to the NBA Finals. Shaq, as long as LeBron is there with this roster, how much pressure do they have to make the Finals every year?
Well, LeBron said it himself. He's the best player on the planet. They have to be one of the favorites as long as they keep that roster intact. And
welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. The crowd here in anticipation of their home team Cavaliers in an interconference battle here at the Quicken Loans. Thompson and Jones subbed in for J.R. Smith. So for Cleveland, their last game, a win against the Bulls in Chicago.
They did a superb job getting those extra opportunities. That's effort. Offensive rebounds, leading to second chance points. You attribute that to effort and persistence. And those possessions were key.
They really were. I mean, the second chance points, they're almost like bonus points, and they're also demoralizing to an opponent.
On the floor for San Antonio, under the three and Dion the four. Sessions out there with Mills. And it's West in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Cleveland. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Anderson's checked in. Jones against Sessions. West with the block. And now the fast break. Anderson with the ball. The shot no good. Good D by James. Cavaliers trailing. Jones kicks to James. From deep. Jones, no luck. The Spurs have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Anderson outside. 1:39 left in the first. Diaw with a wide open look. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Dellavedova dishes to James, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Dellavedova is really good at finding his teammates.
San Antonio's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Here's Mills. He's coming off a 10-point game against Charlotte. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, Greg Popovich and I got a chance to talk for a bit. There are a lot of big names to deal with in this one, but perhaps none bigger than LeBron James. He told me planning for LeBron is a headache because he can do so much on the floor, saying there isn't a hole in his game. The only real way to slow him down is to get him working against himself. Physically, there is no answer for LeBron.
Thank you, Doris.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. Floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Dellavedova, the pass to Jones. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Sessions. 3-on-3. Got a piece of it. West kicks to Sessions. And stolen by James. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Present the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
A good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Cavaliers on top. They're up by 3. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go.
I always try to improve and get better, and Pop always challenged me. He came to me and he said, you know, good players, they can have a great season, but the great players, they have many great seasons. So he said, what you want to be?
And in Tony Parker's case, great is what he wanted to be and has been. From the Cavaliers with some changes. Channing Fries checked in for Thompson. Love comes in for James. And Jones subbed in for Shumpert. On the court for San Antonio. Under the 3 and Dial the 4. Mills out there with Ramon Sessions. And it's West in at the 5 spot.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Spurs trail by 6. Dial, the screen from the high post. Shots good by Mills.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
You know what? He's really alienated himself from these fans. It's an unfortunate situation.
Yeah, it really is, Greg. You don't like to see that, but he made himself public enemy number 1 simply by comments that he made and some of his antics. Hopefully it's a learning experience for him.
Irving dishes to Jones. Mills with the steal. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Sessions is running. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Block shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
You know, and Akeem the Dream, certainly one of the greatest all-around players to have ever played the game. An endless array of offensive moves down low, no doubt. And defensively, his numbers speak for themselves. I mean, almost 4,000 career blocks, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, just a legendary low-post defender.
Spurs trail by 3. Dial, the screen. Sessions passes to Dial. That falls. Great assist by Ramon Sessions. Sessions has got 3 assists now in this one. Cleveland's gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. And Fry kicks to Dellavedova. Hits it from 3-point range. Dellavedova's got 5.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down to 1 in the bucket from Dion. Dellavedova dishes to Jones. There's 31 seconds left now here in the second. It's a pick by Love. Dellavedova, the pass to Love. 6 to shoot. Here's Jones. It's rebounded by West.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
And Sessions kicks to Mills. The feed to Sessions. And he misses the go-ahead basket. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the...
Kevin with LeBron and another John.
With a different look here. Channing Fries checked in for Tristan Thompson. Ramon Shumpert has come in for Kevin Love. Jones checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. Jones in at 2 guard. Channing Frye out there with LeBron James. Then there's Iman Shumpert. And it's Dellavedova in at the 1. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. Jones drives in. Sinks that one from the post. Jones has got 6 points.
That's what I call a captivating move there. He absolutely incinerated the D with that one.
Now here's Sessions. He's tightly guarded. Shot's good from West.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Here's Jones, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Look at the handles. Gets through the D and then powers it home.
Such a pretty move inside. Clark, how do you stop that?
You don't, Kevin. I mean, as a defender, you got to just stash that one in the memory bank and make sure it doesn't burn you the next time.
Shot is good, and the Cavaliers' lead cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Mills.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
For San Antonio, they've gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. West outside. Now here's Sessions. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. For the lead, Cavaliers with the rebound. Frye's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Jones, no one around him. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. And that's 10 points for Freak. And Anderson kicks to Mills. The shot no good.
Major defensive lapse right there. And he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him.
And thanks for joining us again as the 4th quarter of play is set to get rolling. There's 21 seconds left in the 4th quarter. On the floor for San Antonio, Diao is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then there's West. Then it's Tony Parker. And it's Anderson in at the 2. Knocks down the trifecta. And now we've got the intentional foul. He dropped. The first one, and that increases their lead to 6. 2 shots. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game. Ladies and gentlemen, San Antonio with the ball. Parker outside. We see the Cavaliers get the win here. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds, Clark.
You know what? They showed their character in crunch time, though, doing what had to be done to send these fans home happy.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Well, LeBron, given that it's still early in the season, what has your attitude been this year?
Just wanted to come in this season more complete basketball player, playing inside, playing outside, coming off pick and roll, shooting, and also making plays for my...
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey, y'all. Ernie Johnson here, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
In my opinion, his passing is what really drove them to this win. He did a fantastic...
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.